back, everyone. It's Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 600. Episode 263.
600 and what?
263 for the 18th of August, 2024. I'm Ron Burgundy.
And I'm Susan Galeforth. I don't know what
Glad you didn't go with what she actually said there. Thanks.
I can't remember.
Well, I'll tell you after. How's things? I'm back in. I'm obviously still in the basement in Canada. That's my only source of light up there.
Yeah, and you've closed it.
And I've closed it because it just does this backlight,
Well,
and it's got a bit of a halo and all that kind of
Fair
stuff. So just accentuates the bald spot in the back.
Well, I know. That's why I've had to shift my old thing here because it was
Whole office
glistening off my body bit. It was like a glitter ball every time I moved.
Boogie Wonderland.
Yeah. You've been just saying there that you've been dismantling furniture and packing stuff up.
Yeah.
And I've been building furniture.
I know. Yeah.
So it's like Tenet. It's like Tenet.
It is exactly. At some point, we'll meet in the middle. Actually, old chap, this is where I come in. This is where I leave, and I'll meet you for the next time and whatever it is.
So you're Robert Pattinson, and I'm bloody the
other guy.
What do you call
the Denzel Washington's boy? What's his name?
That works in the co-op up the road.
His son. Where is Denzel Washington? It's David Washington.
God, he's good. I like him as well. Why don't I
He's great. He's fantastic. He's really good in Tenet as well. That is actually probably, honestly, I would watch that. I don't like Chris Nolan. I think he's a bit. I would watch that movie again, Tenet. I really enjoyed it.
I think you need to watch it more than once, that movie, to understand it.
Yeah.
Because it took me even. I think I've seen it 3 times. Even the third time, I was a bit kind of. But I do enjoy the set pieces, I must admit.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. But yeah, I've been dismantling things. So the main thing this week was our theatre room, which is now pretty much gone, which is much sadness.
That is sad.
But don't be sad that it's gone, but be happy that it happened.
Do you know what you should do? Keep a bit of carpet and put it in a wee frame and take it with you.
What, and then new owners come in and go like, sue me because I've got a big hole in the carpet?
No, I never thought of that. Damn it!
I've got pictures, and when I close my eyes, it's all up here.
Is it?
Aye. So we sold the recliners this week. So they came and they were picked up.
At least you sold them
a couple of days ago. Friday night.
That's good. Money in your back pocket.
That's right. Aye. Pays the bills. Pays for the shipping for the stuff that we are taking with us.
Yeah, it can't be cheap.
Which means we need to. Yeah, no, it's not. It's quite a fair number of gold coins to ship stuff across the world, and that's a bit of a container. That's not even a full container. So I don't know how much a full container would be to ship things.
Yeah, a lot. That's what.
Well, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I think we've got like a quarter, and it's quite expensive for that. Yeah. But like every thing gets a unit price, so you buy certain number of units for the container, and the container, I think it's like $58 a unit. But a sofa
we're talking units.
But a sofa is 10 units.
Is it?
Yeah. So that's quite expensive. It starts to get quite expensive when you think about it like that. Every box, I think it's like 30 inches by 30 inches cubed box is a unit as well.
Yeah.
And we had quite a lot of them.
Yeah, can imagine. I hope you chucked a lot of stuff though. It's a good opportunity to chuck stuff.
100%, yeah. And a lot of stuff's just not coming back. But that's kind of what we're doing. We're selling a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace and things. The stuff that we're not taking with us, and that's going to offset the cost of shipping the stuff that we are taking with us.
Yeah.
So the worst thing is though that I was taking apart. I was having the guys take apart the recliners through there. And Anna had asked me a couple of weeks ago, can we take these with us? We probably wouldn't have anyway because of the weight, because that factors into the size as well. But I said, no, there'll be 110 volts and we can't take them. So I was taking them apart, looking at the adapter. Yeah, 110, 240.
Oh, so you could have taken them.
So I could have taken them, but
well,
the cat would have wrecked them by the time we
do
got
you
there.
need them? You know,
No. We've got nice furniture for
let's
the
go
living room anyway,
Japanese style. Just have a
That's
mattress.
right, yeah, just on the floor, yeah.
Junky cheek.
There's a guy that does is it Rakagu? What's it called? Rakagu. What's it called?
You better dust in my laptop there.
He shut down the stream.
Well, no, that's what happens. I end up touching it, and it's actually bad, and shut myself down.
He's called Sunshine San, and he does this thing called a Rakagu. And I've been watching like his videos on TikTok, and he's actually really funny. But he's Canadian, so he's like blonde. But he sits in the kimono, and he sits in his stages like set up like a house in Japan, and he does these kind of like stand up comedy the way the Japanese do it, which is called Rakugo. You should check him out. He's really good. Sunshine San.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to see him. He's played the West End in London.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. It's fun. Shall we talk about the tea?
Yeah.
Spill the tea. Well, we can't get sued for or shut down for doing this, so I'll project this up. It's I know I say that, but we'll see what happens. The worldwide box office is a wee bit different. So these are the movers and shakers. Can you see this?
I need to make you bigger so I can read it.
I can make it bigger. I can make it
bigger.
No,
that's fine.
Is that better? No, is that okay? You good?
I've done it my side. You're fine.
You did it your side? All right, okay.
Carry on.
It's bigger now. So anyway, so in at number 10 is A Quiet Place Day One. I'm not going to go through all of them, but just pull out a couple of things. So that's your bottom line. So your bottom line to get into the top 10.
This is this year. This year's top 10.
2024, yeah.
Yes, right, okay.
So to get into it for 2024, you have to the top 10. You have to beat A Quiet Place Day One, which got 261 million at the box office.
It's not that great, is it? I don't know. I haven't actually made it for, but I'd imagine it'd be a fairly big budget. But,
yeah. But Krasinski wasn't directing it, though, was he?
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, he handed it off to somebody else.
Yeah.
To do it. So maybe it's not going to be as big.
I didn't actually go and see it. Danny and Evelyn went to see it. So I don't even. They said it was good, but I don't know if it was as good as the first two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to get into the top 10, you got to beat A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously Twisters. That's the new one that's come in there.
Yeah.
But then the top 5 gets a wee bit weird. So Godzilla X. I don't know why they call it X. It's this new thing where they put X instead of verses. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like Skibbity Toilet.
I don't like change.
Sigma. It's all stupid things.
You can't say that if you're over 50.
I know.
Yeah. We get our first review last week, didn't we?
We did.
Two old farts hating on Rebel Moon. Pretty accurate.
Yeah. And I'll do it again. And look, I'll tell you something. I've sunk 12 hours into that movie. That one movie. I just want to point out it's 12 hours sunk into that movie.
Yeah, so who's the idiot now?
Yeah, exactly. Who's the idiot now? Do you know the funny thing was? So I went out last night. We went couple of mates over here, and went out for a couple of sherbets last night. And the talk came around to like what you watched on TV, and one of the things I said, "Have you guys seen Rebel Moon?"
Yeah.
And one of the guys, "Oh my god, it's so bad." It's just universally the worst movie ever made. So yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's not
discuss it anymore.
Let's not beat a dead horse or do the reaping scene again
in slow motion.
In slow motion, yeah. So Dune Part 2, that was for the longest time. Dune Part 2, though, that was the movie to beat.
It was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Denis Villeneuve was like, "What is happening?" he was bemoaning the state of the box office at one point and saying, why is this not moving? And then it turns out it gets beat by two cartoons.
I know.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Why is that not showing there? Inside Out 2, still 1.5 billion, almost 1.6 billion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that Pixar are thinking they might make an Inside Out 3.
Yeah.
That would be the thing. They're making a TV show about the Dream Productions. I think we mentioned that in last week's podcast.
Yeah. But was there not a spin-off TV Disney Plus thing, an Inside Out?
Yeah, that's the Dream Productions one. Oh, already?
Uh-huh.
No, don't think so.
There's a little shorts about... maybe I'm getting mixed up.
Don't know.
I'm sure there was something. But anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah, anyway, so that's coming out. It says 1.6 billion. They're going to make another one. Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm pretty sure that... Did we not look at it last week and it was already $1 billion movie?
Yeah.
I wish we did. We wish we'd kept a chart like we did last year, and we could have fell by the wayside just because of moving countries and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't really keeping up with the box office, so I apologize for that. But I'm pretty sure this 1.09 billion was pretty much the same as where they were last week. So I think
105 or something.
Yeah, I think Deadpool and Wolverine are kind of like they're still the number one movie.
Yeah.
In North America anyway.
Loads of people have been talking about it. Loads of people, well, obviously, loads of people have seen it, but it is very much a talked about movie,
Yeah. And it's very funny, and it's actiony and marvelly and all that kind of good stuff.
And it's worth watching 2 and 3 times because there's so much going on, you miss a lot. So it's definitely worth a few watches.
Definitely, yeah. Or if you get one of those Odeon tickets, you can go as many times as you want,
like our James does.
Like James,
he's off.
Did he not see? He's a Romulus twice, isn't he? Or 3 times now?
Well, that's him. I think going the second time or third time. I can't remember. But that's
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go.
So good. He's went to see it twice at least. Yeah.
There you go. So it might be worth it to have these tickets to go and see movies all the time you want. Like I went to when Indiana Jones. This is going back now. And The Last Crusade came out. I drove up and down to Ayr like 3 times to see that movie.
Yeah. I really liked that one.
Yeah.
I must have surely I must have.
I know I definitely went 3 times by myself, so I must have gone another couple of times with you then.
Right.
Yeah. I watched a lot of that. I watched that movie a lot. And then the sort of bubbling under one is at number 3, Despicable Me 4. Mm-hmm. That's taken off like a rocket as well. So that's the everyone loves the Minions. When you go to Universal Studios in Florida, it's the first thing you see when you walk in the door is it's basically the entire road of Minion stuff. There's like the Despicable Me ride, and then there's the Minions Mayhem, and then there's like a bakery and like other shops and things, and it's all Minion related.
Yeah, kids love it.
People get the hats and all that kind of stuff with the one eye Minion and all that kind of stuff.
It's the perfect movie for merchandising, isn't it?
Oh, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got so much going for it in that sense.
Yeah.
All the Minions can be rucksacks, they can be cuddly things, they can they've got so much going for them. Yeah.
Well, the other one is the other big one is the unicorn as well. That's the
that's
must
true.
have.
Yeah.
Is what's her name's unicorn?
Yeah, little daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then it's also mentioned in Deadpool and Wolverine, the Minions as well.
Yeah.
Because he says to Gambit, "Who's your vocal coach?" The Minions.
So many
brilliant. Yeah, so that's the state of play, and Kung Fu Panda is no slouch either at 547 million. I mean
that surprises me actually. I didn't think it'd be that popular, but there you go. Bad Boys surprises me as well.
I was going to say Bad Boys Ride or Die surprises me because apparently it's not that good. I haven't. The last Bad Boys movie I watched was 2, and that was when they were both major stars still.
Yeah, it can't be Axel F bad though, surely.
I don't know, man.
Can't he be that bad? Can't he be that
Axel
bad?
F was terrible.
Awful, unwatchable, awful. So disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah. 44 minutes we had from the end. I still haven't watched the end of it.
I'm assuming Eddie Murphy had a lot riding in that as well. You know, he's probably invested. He's probably a producer. Probably, you know, he was a script. You know, involved with the script and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dear, not good.
How did it like fail? Like how?
Don't know.
Like,
no idea.
Why was it so bad?
I know.
I mean, Paul Reiser was in it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
It was almost like we need to hit these beats of these. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say Beverly Hills Cop 3 was better.
Oh,
because
at
least I made it all the way through Beverly Hills Cop 3.
It was pretty bad and pretty short, if I remember rightly, as well.
It was 25 minutes,
but it's only 25 minutes long.
Take note, Zach.
I think you may have missed the first hour and 5 minutes of it. But anyway,
no, sure, no.
Like
it starts abruptly.
When we went to see that.
What's happening here?
Yeah.
Missed the first 40 minutes of it.
Yeah, that's how old we are. We went to see that in the cinema, right? Come on.
Right. Well, the thing was that Star Wars was like a huge big thing at the time because it was 2 years after Star Wars, and it was like, and they're reviving Star Trek, and we were like, oh yeah, let's go and watch that. That'd be awesome. So we went down to the Vogue. I think Mum dropped us off at the Vogue Theatre in Girvan, and we ran up the stairs. We burst into there, and it was dark. We were like, oh, only thing to see. It was packed as well. I remember.
Yeah, it was packed.
Yeah.
And then 25 minutes later, it finished. And we're like, that was short. But then we thought the TV series was that short anyway. So, oh no, they were longer, weren't they? Anyway, so that was that. So,
yeah.
We ended up going to see it again. It's fine.
That's right. Why Spock in that strange spaceship?
Yeah.
He's driving through it.
If you've ever seen anybody talking about that movie, though, that movie is not like a normal Star Trek movie. You know, you go back to look at that, and it's a bit like 2001: A Space Odyssey or something. It's more in that vein, isn't it? Kind of mysterious sort of sci-fi movie.
Yeah,
it's
I think
quite unusual compared to the rest of them.
They were definitely going for the not fantasy type thing that Star Wars did.
Yeah.
Whereas they were going for that much more kind of grounded in reality.
Because it's all about Voyager or something, isn't it?
Voyager, the Voyager aircraft. Yeah. So the Voyager space. So somebody's retconned it, and it's quite a clever retcon, but it doesn't work on some levels. But basically, the Voyager probe goes into deep space, ends up with a Borg collective.
Yeah.
And then they send it back on its merry way. But it doesn't. So
they had
those bits of it doesn't quite work.
Did the Borg involved? Did they?
The retcon of it is
Aye.
Not in the actual one, because I mean it predates the Borg by like actually 10 years. It's only 10 years because I think the Borg came in '89, so it was only like 10 years. That's crazy.
I just realised you've tricked me into talking about Star Trek.
Yes,
I think I started it though. But anyway,
you did. Yeah,
damn it,
it's your fault.
Yeah.
Other things in the news. Disney Legends. So this is obviously this happens in the show day.
Yeah. So was this a D23 thing?
Yeah. So every D23, you must present people with an award that means nothing. So they give them these Disney Legends titles. To be honest, if somebody came up to me and said we want to make a Disney Legend, I haven't earned it, obviously. But if I had earned it, I would be utterly like in tears and all that stuff. Because it's a massive thing.
But they give them
for
to
Disney folk.
But they give them to people that really deserve it, though. You know, proper legends. As we see.
Well, exactly, yeah. So the most recent ones, like the Marvel ones, was Robert Downey Jr. and Jon Favreau. who both get made Disney legends, basically for like doing the old to the MCU. I mean, if it wasn't for them, there would be an MCU.
Yeah, because that was pre-MCU, really. That movie.
Well, yeah, because it was Paramount that owned the rights to both Thor and Iron Man. They both had the rights.
So technically, that first one wasn't even part of the MCU.
Not really, no.
It was just a sort of movie on its own.
Yeah.
And then, but that did inject the whole thing with how we know it as now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now Kevin Feige's got his empire together now. Because he started off on X-Men.
Yeah, but you could argue that Jon Favreau as well, he reignited Star Wars as well after the sort of the sequel trilogy fiasco. I think his stuff Mandalorian was after that, wasn't it?
Mandalorian was after it, yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of gave the fandom, a bit of energized excitement.
Yeah, the Mandoverse, as people are calling it, but it's not really the Mandoverse because he's kind of tying it, like Filoni's tying it quite neatly into cloning, which is interesting move.
I know. I like that move actually.
So there's all that kind of. Yeah, I feel like Star Wars that they keep making things to explain other things, and it's like if they just thought about it before, they wouldn't have to explain all these things.
They do. They do it in the cartoons as well. They sort of go, well, that happened because that plot hole back there. Remember that? Well, we've fixed that because of this. And
remember that big gaping hole in the Death Star? Right. Yeah. We'll explain that in another movie. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
it's fine. Yeah, we'll just say that the designer put it in, and then
And if you want to know about how Darth Maul comes back in Solo, just go to the cartoons for that one.
That's right. I just watched the Clone Wars.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
There's a bit in is it Blue Harvest? I can't remember which one. It's the Family Guy. I think it's Blue Harvest. The Star Wars one.
That was the Star Wars one.
Yeah, where he says Stewie, who's playing Darth Vader, says, and there's this starship is space station's completely impenetrable. And he went, yeah. He goes, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you. Pause there. What do you mean impenetrable?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, there's this little hole. It's nothing really, but I mean, you could put maybe like a photon torpedo down there, and the whole thing will blows up. And he goes like, can we board it up? He goes, we'd have to get contractors in. Just leave it then.
That would have done it. Just board the thing up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, getting back to the actual story. Miley Cyrus became the youngest Disney legend, so she's 31, I think.
Yeah.
So she became a Disney legend, and there's two things about this. Number one, she should be, because Hannah Montana was like a huge success for Disney and begat a lot of merchandise. Yeah. And the second thing is she accepted it, and I really like that about Miley Cyrus accepting it. It's like, because I thought she'd be all like, I'm leaving my Disney stuff behind, but she actually embraces that part of her life. So
yeah,
I think it's quite sweet.
She's quite the talent.
She is. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
We were doing the down the YouTube rabbit hole. She came up a couple of times. The YouTube rabbit hole. So.
I do think she'd be a tough cookie, though. A hard person to deal with. Maybe work with a bit socially as well if you got in her way, or whatever.
I think she knows what she wants.
Yeah. I think she'd be.
Nothing wrong with that.
Aye. Yeah. I wouldn't like to get the wrong side of her, put it that way.
No. Well, just ask Liam Hemsworth.
No, I will.
Or the other, was it Liam? Is that who she was married to?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
The other person that got it, well, there's actually other people who got it. Harrison Ford. He also got Disney Legend.
Total legend.
Shall we count how many Disney movies he's been in? All the Star Wars movies, except for The Last Jedi.
Yep.
So he's been in 8 of them.
Well, it's not been all this. He's not been in the prequels.
Oh, he wasn't in the prequels. True. Yeah, that's true. He was. Yeah, that's true. Actually, he's been in the 3 main ones and then 2 of the sequels. Indiana Jones.
Yep.
For 5 movies. Made them billions of dollars at the box office.
Does it count though? Because they weren't originally Disney movies. So it's recon stuff.
Well, I mean, he's making the money now, so
yeah,
out of the video games and all that kind of stuff. So
he did that one with the dog as well. That was a Disney one, wasn't it? The remake.
It was Disney, yeah.
Not Old Yeller.
Old Brad.
Old Blue Eyes. Yeah. Old Man Up the Mountain.
Aye, Old Man and the Angel.
Aye.
What else has he been in? I feel like we should be able to ring off this guy's resume, but we can't. American Graffiti, obviously. Star Wars, Apocalypse Now, Empire Strikes Back, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Blade Runner, which isn't Disney.
No, it's not Disney.
Return of the Jedi, Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Just the Disney ones, though, count, surely.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it.
I don't think. Okay. He is a legend, but I don't know if he's a Disney legend.
Oh, controversial.
Because he's only done a few movies under Disney.
Well, in that case, you probably wouldn't like the next one then.
Oh, here we go.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
What, for Freaky Friday? That's it.
She's a Disney legend.
No, they're clutching at straws now.
I know. Yeah.
Nah, I'm done about
it. What about John Williams? How do you feel about him getting Disney legend?
Well, he's a legend, obviously.
For all his Harry Potter stuff.
That's not Disney, though.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. What's he done?
So because he's done like nah. He's a legend, but not a legend.
He's absolutely a legend, yeah. He's 97 or something, 92. Yeah.
They're just stealing they're stealing legends from elsewhere, because they've done a couple of Disney things. They're suddenly a big deal, and I don't know. Do you agree? Everybody in the comments? I don't know. I think you should, if you're Disney, when you cut your sale and let a stick of rock and you get Disney written all through you, fair enough. But these guys have only recently been dealing with Disney or having to deal with Disney, and only through the fact that the movies they've made have been on another platform, on another film company that have been bought by Disney. So it's not even because they want to be working with Disney. It's because
I'm actually looking. So I'm looking at John Williams' Wikipedia page for his list of compositions, and I don't actually see Disney anywhere in here. I see a lot of 20th Century Fox, but I don't see a lot of Disney.
Who Disney bought?
In fact, exactly. Yeah, Disney bought 20th Century Fox. Immediately dropped the Fox thing, and so now it's just 20th Studios or something. 20th Century Studios.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any Disney here.
Well, the only ones obviously are the last
none.
The last Star Wars ones, obviously.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Universal.
James P is saying last Indiana Jones lost Disney a lot of money. That's for sure. Yep.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
True.
So I don't know what they're thanking Harrison Ford about.
All those involved. Honestly, I'm going. So this is me in the 2000s just now. I'm looking at it, and it's. I'm not seeing anything in here from. Oh, here we go. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. There you go. That's the first one he did for.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So
those 3 movies.
That's the only ones he's done.
And then Alistair's saying, totally agree. Disney bought Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Definitely not Disney Legends. Absolutely, I agree.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm making up as they go along.
We're all agreed.
That's good. We're all agreed for once. That's good. Nice.
Although Miley Cyrus does deserve it because she was actually a Disney legend.
If you cut her in half, she's got Disney right through it. But please don't cut her in half. Like a stick of rock. Disney right through her.
Property of Disney.
Yeah.
All right. good news in the Netflix part. So the only major film company that doesn't seem to have a streaming service, although, oh yeah,
New Captain America coming up, James is saying.
oh, is he doing the music for that?
I don't know.
Oh, well, what's his name's in it? Harrison Ford's in the new Captain America.
Oh, so he is. That's true. Yeah.
He took over after the untimely passing of William Hurt. Netflix has greenlit Ghostbusters, the animated series.
So this is the real Ghostbusters.
This is the absolute truth, legend, real Ghostbusters, and they even get Egon's big quiff in it. Probably.
I used to watch the cartoon.
That was alright. Yeah.
That was all right.
So the funny thing is about the cartoon is Venkman was played by Lorenzo Music.
Who was don't tell me
who played Garfield in the TV show.
Cartoon.
In the cartoon, yeah. And in the movie, Bill Murray played Garfield in the movie. And he also played Venkman in the movie as well.
Aye. I tell you what, they were a great fit though for each other, because Lorenzo Music did the voice first, but Bill Murray does sound like Lorenzo Music.
Yeah.
You know, talking.
They also make reference to it in Zombieland Double Tap as well.
Bill Murray was in the first one, wasn't he?
It was in the second one as well.
I've not seen the second one.
You've got to watch the second one. Second one's every bit as good as the first one.
I know.
Zoe Dutch is in it, and her character Madison is just so good.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the second one?
I don't know. It's on Netflix. That's my bad.
Yeah, I watched. I posted this story. I'm talking to keep him a little bit with Disney, I guess. I posted this. It was my wife's not happy with me, and it's Indiana Jones's Temple of Doom hat sells for £490,000 at auction.
Wow!
Would you buy an Indiana Jones wide brim fedora for £490,000?
£. I have sat with a few beers in me at night time.
On eBay.
I have hovered over a few things like that with my thumb. and
then £490,000.
And then you wake up in the morning like, why did I buy that Indiana Jones hat for £490,000? I've lost the house. How am I going to tell my wife? I have done some daft purchases in the past, mini arcade games and all sorts of things. But they weren't daft. They were, they were
a worthwhile
essential.
Exactly.
Essential purchases. Yeah. But I have done some silly things, but that's a bit much, isn't it?
Yeah, £490,000 for a used hat.
Be nice to have, though.
It feels like it's gonna be in a. If I had the money, I would.
Absolutely.
It feels like it's that bit in Last Crusade where he goes like, and they're the real pages of the great, like, and he's like, oh wow, this is fantastic, and he's showing all these artifacts. It's some rich guy's house where he's going like, and this is Indiana Jones's actual hat.
You can buy the Grail diary, and it's got all the pages. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
you can actually buy it. It's not a prop, I don't think. I think it's just somebody's actually made it. I don't know if it's even just an official thing, and you can flick through it. It's got all the notes.
Somebody makes everything.
No, I know, but I know that, but it's like I don't know if it's like officially by Disney or whatever that have made it, but it's like, wow, when you see it, it's like.
I was actually tempted to buy that. I was like, I'm not gonna.
I was tempted to buy that,
but I was like, maybe I should.
And then the package comes and you've got to explain it to your wife, and you're like, well, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, guys.
No, it's not.
It's not worth it. What's that? Oh, God. I don't even understand.
I can't wait to get back to the UK and explain why there's a parcel from Fish Music. Anyway.
Exactly.
So this is the remaster of Internal Exile. What you don't know, no, you don't understand.
Signed.
Stop crying. Stop crying.
Stop.
It's, Shh, it's okay. What I'm saying is, it's remastered. We've done it. They've rejigged the chart, the listing on it because it's much better.
Yeah,
Why are you stop crying?
And me and Sloan are doing a road trip up to Aberdeen to see him, and then going to see him the same weekend. Yeah,
but 2 days later in Glasgow, she's aware.
I said that to Evelyn. She's like, "Why are you doing that?" And I'm like, "It's the last time he's playing. Come on."
And we had to go to the doctor's, actually, the optician, to get her eyes back into position because of the massive eye roll that she did.
All right. I wondered where you were going to go with that.
It's one of those ones. Yeah.
I was tempted to buy the diary too. Yeah.
As long as
yeah, exactly. It'd be like a pamphlet, not a diary.
The Timu diary just gives you all the wrong answers to it.
It's just the front
First
and back
step
cover.
is J.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pamphlet. Yeah, that looked good. That kept that. Part of me still would like that. I must admit. Anyway, I'm over it.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. And then the last story is a bizarre one. So 5 people have been charged in connection with Matthew Perry's death.
Yeah, I saw that.
2 doctors and Queen of Ketamine, apparently. And I think his assistant as well. A couple of his assistants. Why does Matthew Perry need an assistant?
To carry him out of his swimming pool.
Hot tub.
Yeah, his hot tub. Check his pulse first. Is it too soon? Should I cut that bit out?
Oh, man. We'll cut that bit out in retrospect.
Yeah. No, I mean, he was a very rich man, the housekeepers and all sorts of things.
I mean,
drug dealers, all that.
Well, yeah, Queen of Ketamine. I can't even pronounce that. Can you imagine trying to dial that when you're high in ketamine?
Exactly.
Maybe that's why I need an assistant.
Yeah.
Or maybe she was under K. You get the alphabet and the keyboard, the keypad. You just hit 5, and then is it 5? I hope it's not 5. Is it 5?
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh God, it is 5. And
right, old school when you used to text like that.
Yeah. So you would type in Klondike 1 2 3 4, and it's 555. That's why it's always Klondike in the movies, because 555 doesn't mean anything. Anyway, so he always had her on 555 Klondike or whatever it is. And that was a problem. So he's obviously still had some demons that he was wrestling with.
Aye, I think he was getting off everything else by taking loads of ketamine.
Well, that doesn't.
It's not the way, isn't it?
Is ketamine not a horse tranquilizer?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Keith Moon was right into his ketamine.
Was he?
He was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how the hell do you leap from smoking marijuana to whatever else you're doing to
horse tranquilizers?
Tranquilizer. I mean, what? Come on.
This isn't giving me the high that I need.
What does that even do for you? Just
climb a hill.
Whatever you do, right? Here's a top tip: do not get into a jacuzzi after taking that stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't know if it was a jacuzzi, Jodie. It was a hot tub.
Well, I know it's too late now, but talking about props, I do have the Grey Sports Almanac from Back to the Future. Wow, nice. That's pretty cool. The only problem is I don't know. Yeah, well, that's your next purchase then.
Do you have the skateboard
or the hoverboard?
The hoverboard, yeah. New from Mattel.
Oh, Nike did the trainers. Remember they did
the self-placing. Yeah.
Yeah, they did them. Was that a few years ago? A couple of years ago? Maybe. God, it might have been more than that.
Probably 10 years ago now.
It was probably an anniversary, wasn't it? Maybe 2005.
Oh, maybe actually, yeah.
Because it was 1985, wasn't it?
Self-placing.
Probably an anniversary, I'd imagine.
Probably.
Or did we imagine that? I'm sure they did that.
Okay. No, they actually still they still make them, but it's different versions of it now. Why is it okay? Real talk for a second. Why is it trainers now are plasticky pieces of crap that are just light bits of fabric that are kind of lightly woven together now? Like they're basically see through. When you hold a trainer up, you can like see daylight through the
Oh, the
main
mesh
body of the
stuff.
trainer. The mesh stuff, yeah.
Oh, they're not all like that.
No, I know they're not all like that, but the vast majority of trainers are that kind of mesh see-through stuff.
No.
It's basically like a thin croc.
No, they're not all like that. You need to go to a different shop, clearly. You
No,
shop with Temu still? Is that what it is?
No, no, I shop in Reebok. That's where I go for my trainers. Proper trainers.
Shop
that you
in
can't
Nike,
see
then.
through. No, I'm not shopping at Nike. I can't get trainers that fit me in Nike.
Why?
Because I've got wide feet.
Oh.
There you go. That's my excuse.
We're talking wide feet.
Talking wide feet here.
We're talking wide feet here.
And that's it. That's all the news there is.
It's a slow one.
It is. It was a slow week. Did we not talk about doing like a top 5 or something, or like doing something else other than slow news weeks? I don't know, something.
Yeah, we were going to do like a top 5s and stuff, or
Yeah.
like. But then you can't really tell if it's a slow news week until probably Sunday when you're trying to look to see.
That's true. Yeah.
So you don't really.
We should have a bag or something.
Well, we should have a cut off of Friday, and then if there's not many stories, then we should maybe try and do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea, actually.
But it's fine.
Bit inside baseball, this. But what's interesting though is that Jodie and I have decided to wear the same uniform today. What is this?
Burgundy twins, super burgundy twins.
We coordinated without coordinating.
We did.
Should we talk about what we watched?
Yeah.
What you watching?
I've actually been watching a lot of nonsense.
Good.
This week, apart from one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Love is Blind. Been watching that.
God. Seriously?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
It's like The Circle, but for...
yeah.
At least The Circle was good.
Yeah. That's kind of it. But we did go to the cinema and we went to see Alien Romulus.
Okay.
So we did. We went this afternoon. We went to see it. First off, I liked it, right? I enjoyed it. It was good.
All
right. But and James is going to hate me for this because, I did enjoy it, James. James Baker, I'm talking about. But Alien has the same problem that Star Wars has. If it goes too far from what an Alien movie is supposed to be, then it's rubbish because it's like that's not proper Alien. Prometheus, tried something different. That's not proper Alien. And then if you go too close to the source, that's just the same as any other Alien film. That's rubbish. So it can't. It's one of those movies that can't win because and this one tries to straddle both camps. Because it basically has a lot of stuff from the old movies, and plus it has stuff from it ties in with Prometheus crowd as well.
Right.
So in that sense, it does try to play it safe, and I would say it is very much straddling this is too much like what we've seen already category, but with a sprinkling of look though we did do that different thing, So it was kind of one of those ones I was thinking to myself, I've seen a lot of this before, but I still like it. It's still good, still entertaining, still well done. There's a lot. It looks fantastic. It looks terrific, brilliantly directed.
It's the same guy that did the remake of Evil Dead, isn't it?
wasn't a remake. It was the a sequel thing. He did
soft reboot or whatever.
He did that. Oh God, what's it called? It's like you've got to be quiet. It's these people that break into this guy's house, and they think he's blind.
Okay.
Anyway, can't remember, but it was a good movie as well. So he's got good chops, and it is more in the leaning toward the horror genre than it is the sci-fi as well. You know, kind of back to the kind of roots of the first
The
Alien.
first one. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, it was good. I did enjoy it. Yeah.
Nice.
But I would say it's plays pretty safe, but tries to straddle both camps.
Yeah.
That is pretty much we've been. Sorry.
Oh right, okay. I was just going to say it's very similar to Star Wars. Like a lot of people don't like Andor because there's no laser swords in it. Like,
well, that's the thing as well. Yeah, it's like this isn't Star Wars. This is there's no kind of Jedi. There's no lightsabers.
Yeah.
What's this? What is this?
Yeah, and then you put a bunch of Jedi in, and it's like, why is there lesbian witches in it?
God, see that you just can't win.
Nobody said their sexual orientation. Okay,
no,
that was you.
I know exactly.
You said that
exactly. So I'd say it's definitely worth going to see. Absolutely, really good. Enjoyed it. It's a spectacle. Yeah,
a spectacle. Yeah,
I watched. Did you watch Joe Rogan interviewing
no, I haven't.
your best pal, Adam Sandler?
No.
That was good. He's such a down to earth guy, Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
So good. I've seen an hour of it or something. Really good.
Right.
Very enjoyable.
You watched the Joe Rogan stand up on Netflix?
Oh, I watched that. Yeah, that was good as well. Yeah, that was proper. That was good. Yeah.
I haven't watched that yet.
Uh-huh.
There's a few things I'm like, oh, maybe I should. I've got a plane journey coming up.
That was live. He did that live on Netflix when it first came out.
Oh, that was an event.
Then? Yeah. So he did it live on Netflix, and then you can just watch it now. It's great. It's really good. I enjoyed it.
All right, I'll go back and watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, we've been watching Hit Monkey, which is the season 2, which is been good.
Yep.
And I watched what's it called? Dancing with the Devil, which is a documentary, a Netflix documentary, so you can tell how good it is and how enthused I am talking about it. It's about this cult that's based around the 3M management, and it's these TikTok dancers.
Oh,
and so
I started watching that.
I think if you ask yourself the question, am I in a cult? You're probably in a cult.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's not if you can answer these questions, you're in a cult. It's if you're starting to begin to wonder if you're in a cult. Like, there's a lot of. It's the same thing as Dave Koresh. It's the same thing as Jonestown. It's all the same MO. It's not different. It's the exact same MO. Mm-hmm. Alienate the families.
Mm-hmm.
There's only me. You can only trust me. And then eventually it's I love all my women. Like it's the exact same MO. All of these guys, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, how can people keep falling for the same shtick?
See those guys. Do you think that's why they get into it, just so that they can have sex with the guys' wives? Do you think that's why they get into it?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know what the motivations are behind it. Like, I think at any time there's like 200 serial killers operating in the United States. Mm-hmm. I think it's something like that. The FBI thinks there's like 200. How come they don't mention statistics for these guys? There must be hundreds of these cults out there.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, like, they pull them in because they get them from, like, churches, and it's like, that church isn't as churchy as my church, like that kind of stuff, and then they pull them in that way, and it's like, what?
Yeah. It was like that wild country. Did you see that one about the
I love that. Yeah, the Osho. Do you know the funny thing is, I saw a TikTok thing, and some guy quoted, and it was the philosopher Osho was the quote, and I'm like, dude, dude,
that was the ultimate one. That one,
yeah. That is fantastic. That whole story about Sheila and Osho, and then the crazy stuff that they got up to.
There's a good one on Prime as well called Holy Hell. Have you seen that one?
Oh, okay, no.
And it's like another kind of fitness fanatic guy, and he ends up,
Is he the French guy?
No.
Because there's another
I've
one.
Seen that one as well.
Is that Netflix?
I've seen that one.
By the way, okay. Again, real talk. Clearly, I am in a cult because I keep watching these bloody cult things on Netflix. So I can probably answer that question myself.
I mean, they're all the same. They're all
exactly. That's the thing, is they're all the same. It's like every single one. You're going like, how do you not know this is a cult? Like it screams cult.
Yeah. Good shows, though. Good shows.
Yeah, they are.
That dancey one I wasn't that keen on, though, I have to say.
The dancey one is okay. Like I'm like halfway through, 2/3 of the way through the second episode, and I'm already kind of like, it's already kind of on the low.
We watched a good crime one here, actually. It was just a 3-parter, and it was about a body in the house or something. I can't remember. It's set in Wales, and it's on crime, Sky Crime channel, documentaries or whatever. And it was really good, actually. Really interesting. Really, like, it was like the neighbours had been told that there was a skeleton, a medical skeleton, wrapped in, like carpet and bagging and stuff, and it was in somebody's garden. Could somebody remove it? Police got involved, discovered it was an actual body, mummified, because it had been wrapped up so tightly. No air was getting in. Maggots hadn't get into it.
Wow.
All that. So when they cut it open, the guy still had hair, skin.
Oh, good grief.
Then they realised that he'd actually been killed in like 1997. So yeah, it was, and then the person that had kind of was involved had also died, but she was from. They found out she was from New Zealand, and then it tracked it all. It was one of those crazy ones,
Wow.
Really good. It was a good one. That.
Cool. I didn't watch that.
No,
that's a good one. I've been rewatching the Grand Tour stuff as well. So I watched Carnage à Trois and Sandjob. I really liked them. I wasn't too enamored with Carnage à Trois when it first came out, but it was really funny. They seem less like those ones seem. I know there's like scripted moments in it, like in the minefield and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of the banter between the guys was less scripted.
Were they not made in lockdown?
Some of them were, yeah.
Lockdown was,
yeah.
That was a weird one. The ending of that was weird.
The ending was weird. Yeah, when they go to the American thing, yeah, and it's all like Chinese and things.
I didn't understand that.
It's because they were saying that there's no such thing as American stuff. It's all made in China.
Right. Okay.
Temu. It was basically the Temu America.
Okay.
Temu as opposed to Temu America.
Yeah.
And then the movie we watched on Friday night was Burn After Reading, which because I wanted another hour and a half long movie. It's so good. George Clooney, Frances McDormand, Brad Pitt, yeah.
Jim Bunny,
yeah, and I forgot that J.K. Simmons is in it as well.
Oh, really?
He plays like the CIA boss guy.
Right.
and he's just great.
Uh-huh.
He's going, so that's everything. He's going, yep, that's everything. Oh, there's the woman from the gym. The woman from the gym. I forgot about her. All right, what does she want? And he's going, well, it's she wants these elective surgeries. Just pay it. He's done.
Yeah, it's a great film.
It's so good.
Yeah, that's actually on our list as well to watch.
Yeah.
I think it's suitable for Danny, apart from the chair that he makes.
That might take a bit of explaining.
I just want to explain it.
Yeah, just let him. Yeah, figure it out.
Yeah.
Just tell Danny that's what a skibbity toilet is.
Aye, skibbity. You're not allowed to say that if you're over 50. Or a parent, or just a parent in general.
We should name this episode Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. And in that bombshell, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to hit the old like and share, and yes, thank you very much for commenting, for watching live, and getting this far as well. Brilliant. So thank you. And as Jodie said, commenting as well, because that really does help the channel out. And if you want to get timely reminders when we put something new up, then don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, notification bell, and YouTube will let you know. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye, everyone.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Bye.